Hi, everybody. It's Ron from Ron's Computer Videos, and I'm joined by all these wonderful Macintosh enthusiasts. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hi,
everybody.
Hi.
Awesome, awesome. Hey, I want to say
Yellow.
thank you to everybody who came out this evening for our kickoff meeting for MARCHintosh 2022. I want to make special introductions and special thanks to our good friend. Oh, sorry, I guess my hands need to go the other direction, at least on my screen. Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. Joe, sort of the co-chair of this event.
Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing tonight? I hope we're going to get down to some Marchintosh shenanigans and have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so too. Probably a good way to maybe start this meeting would be to go ahead and maybe do some introductions. How about we just kind of go around? I'm thinking everybody kind of sees the gallery maybe in the same order I do, because it's the Zooms rather than some other terrible product. Let's start with you, Tim.
Oh, hey. Well, my name's Tim. My YouTube channel is Tim the Tech Guy, and I have turned my camera off. Good.
Nice. Well done, sir.
400R. I don't know what else to say. I have a lot of Macs. I have a little space that I'm getting set up here for my YouTube channel, which is going to be 3 more tables back here.
That is awesome.
Old Mac junk. So yeah.
Very nice. All right. Since the screen's rearranged on me, Logan.
Hey, so I'm Logan. I run the small vintage computer channel, Crazy Tech Reviews. I primarily focus on vintage Macs and Apple computers. However, I also do other things. It really just depends on sort of what I'm interested in at the time. And I'd also like to apologize earlier. I'm not sure what happened. My internet spazzed out, and I guess I got muted. But yeah, basically, my channel primarily focuses on just restorations. Sometimes I'll do sort of history videos on various computer items and just various tech things that I find interesting. So yeah, I don't really know what else to add to that. That's basically what I do on my channel. So,
well, I'll brag on Logan a tiny bit. Logan's one of the kind of the younger members of our community, but has absolutely just jumped in there, and he's got some great content on his channel. Definitely check him out. It's I'm sure that at the show notes and stuff like that, we'll have links to everybody's fun stuff. So, hi.
So my name's Kai. I am one of the co-founders of Tinker Different. Some of you may have seen my work in Bruce's channel. I'm primarily responsible for the Macintosh SE Reloaded project, the Macintosh Classic Reloaded project, the Macintosh Classic RAM Expansion Reloaded project, and yeah, I've got a lot of strip logic boards that I'm working my way through slowly to try and resurrect as many old battery bond machines as possible.
Amazing. Steve
of Mac84. My videos are usually way too long. Right. So that's pretty much all I need to say. I have a YouTube channel. You probably have heard of it, or if you haven't, you could find it now. That's it. You can see me try and break things and occasionally fix stuff. So there you go.
It's all about Quadra 840 AVs.
That's going to be the whole next month.
Well, technically, it's
Rayne
Quadra 840 AVs.
We'll be here for another hour if we get to that.
Yeah, true.
Or 8.
So, Steve, are you gonna stream after this, Steve?
No.
Okay, good. There's 10 hours of my life back. Bruce.
Hey there. My name is Bruce. Is there any reason why it's not showing my face? Have I done? Did I do something wrong?
I can see your face.
No, we can.
Did I
see your
offend
face.
someone? You can. Good.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So yeah. So my name is Bruce Rayne from Branchus Creations. I'm Steve's dad. No, I'm not really.
Wow.
You heard it here first. I have a little YouTube channel just doing repairs of vintage computers and stuff like that. I represent the Australian component of this particular group, and that's really it. That's about it for me. Yeah.
Nice. Dave.
Hi, folks. I'm Dave. My channel is Dr. Dave's Diversions on YouTube. My content on my channel is about 60% Commodore stuff, and much to Joe's dismay, I try to make my Macs all be out of Commodore machines. So my fastest Mac is an Amiga. And it's called Dr. Dave's Diversions just because I divert to anything I want to do, but 90% of it's been retro computing stuff.
Cool. Garth.
Actually, I love Dave's idea there for the diversions because I'm not really anything but me. So I have things I put up here and there. Sometimes I've really gotten back into retro computing like in the last, I don't know, few years. And I don't know. Me.
Fair enough. Tom.
Hi, I'm Tom. I don't have a YouTube channel yet, but I have aspirations to release one for MARCHintosh, probably with the creative name of Tom's Computer Room.
Wow.
I've got a couple of ideas up my sleeve. I know a lot of you through, this internet thing, either through, Twitter or BlueSCSI stuff or, the forums. So it's good to
shipping me sim sockets by the thousands.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I was acting as Kai's proxy for the sim sockets during the whole SE Reloaded project.
Very cool. Eric, John Miller. Sorry, clarifying. Eric, tell everybody what your handle means.
Very short story. My kids insisted I get on Steam because I was playing, I don't know, Tides of Darkness or something like that, and old stuff. And they're like, you need to play the new stuff. So they made me come up with some kind of handle. And there's a Heinlein book where there's a character called the Supreme Galactic Overlord. So I picked Supreme Dark Galactic Overlord because it wasn't long enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it came from. So
Right.
I'm totally new. I've got like one video, and it's of me dying 300 times trying to play Prince of Persia.
Sounds like me.
Pretty
I'm
average.
much worse than you. I'm much worse than you. But no, I have. I'm kind of the programmer, I guess, out of the group. So I plan on doing something programming related for MARCHintosh.
Very cool.
Ooh.
Jeremy.
Hello, I'm Jeremy from Jeremy's Retro Bar, and I usually do something with retro computers while drinking.
Responsibly.
Honestly, though, Jeremy, I found that kind of just makes things not go so well, or I should say, maybe more creative, but not so productive.
Jeremy needs to make a drink before he starts, though. That's part of his thing.
It makes you more creative.
It's definitely a more creative concept. I'll give it that.
Yep. Adam.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Adam.
A bunch of you guys might know me. Some of you probably don't. I don't have a channel yet. I've been an Apple user since 1978. So I'm kind of old. And I bought Apple IIs, I bought Macs, I bought all this stuff, I collected stuff. And then somewhere in the early 2000s, I'm like, well, let's just store this all away because I want to go have a career. But the pandemic hit, and it was like, hey, I have all this old cool stuff. I'm going to go check it out. And then I found Ron and Joe and Logan and Javier and like Adrian and other people on YouTube, and I'm like, hey, you mean you can turn your old yellowed Mac 2 CI into a platinum machine again? I was like, this is awesome. All the stuff that I thought that you could break and you would never fix it again, like the gear in your disk drive.
I can break stuff.
You can fix it now.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Your floppy drive doesn't work? You can get a floppy EMU or a W drive. Mm-hmm. And so I started hanging out online and typing stuff in and ended up being friends with, Ron, Joe, all you guys. And it's great. And Logan, I've sent him some stuff. And it's just like, wow, this is awesome. Mm-hmm. So I am now rebuilding my basement so I can get in on the Steve and Ron action.
I know.
And watch me just decimate a pile of garbage.
It'll be great.
That's a good name for your YouTube channel there, Adam.
Yeah, absolutely.
Adam's pile of garbage.
Oh, actually, can I make one suggestion, Adam? Seriously, maybe Adam's analog basement. That's all that's it.
Okay.
And I will say that probably Adrian will come after you, but you know what? Come on.
Adam's analog alcove.
There's
all I have to say. All I have to say to that is Garth. I'm looking at your PowerBook G3 there with no lid on it.
Yeah, this is the one.
And does anyone want to know?
In 3 days.
Does anyone want to know why there's no screen on that?
I do, but we've got to move on.
G1.5.
All right, everybody. Eric Helgeson.
Got it. Yeah. Hi, I'm Eric, and I'm the creator of the BlueSCSI project. So I have cheap, build it yourself SCSI solutions for your vintage computers. And yeah, I mostly focus on Macs. You can see I bought the same thing as Steve did, so I can store all my Macs there. And yeah, I just like hanging out, chatting with people about old computers, building BlueSCSIs, and yeah, that's it.
Fair enough. Ms. Fox.
Hi, is my microphone working for one?
It is.
Okay. So I am Kate Fox. I run the Macintosh Librarian YouTube channel. I have a sidekick, a virtual computer named Mackie, and he's a very helpful companion. Yes, some of y'all have little tiny 3D printed Mackies that I sent y'all. Thanks.
Mackie is life.
I talk a lot about vintage Apple computers with an educational slant to them. So I think that's a good summary of my channel.
Very fun channel. Javier.
Oh my God. I am Javier.
That's funny.
And I am the destroyer of computers. And I just sent them to Joe to fix. So I am an Apple II user. My first Apple II was the Apple IIc, and I fell in love with it. Now I'm a big Apple IIc collector. And yeah, all my life used Macintoshes, but I couldn't save them. So I used to work with them. You know, I'm a graphic designer. So every time I get a new Mac, I have to sell the other one to pay for the new one. So I never collected. So now I'm getting little by little back my good old Macs back. Absolutely. So that's what I do. I break things, play a lot. My YouTube channel is Adventures in Retro Computing. Oh, and I do a lot of RetroBrite. So if you want to check it, and what else? I do a lot of Apple II, but I'm also doing some Mac now. So, and I did that little logo for MARCHintosh. So
I was going to say, if you didn't bring it up, I was definitely going to make mention that Javier was nice enough to go ahead and create our artwork for this event, and we'll have.
I just found it. I just found the original file,
it
so I need to send it to you.
Yeah, I have to say that Javier has gotten so into RetroBrite that all his computers are turning clear now.
Yes, indeed.
It's true. Enzo, I don't know if Enzo's got his mic on, but Enzo.
I think your mic's not working, Enzo. You might want to check your audio settings.
Enzo, your mic is not working. I will come back to you at the end. Take your time, sir. Okay, Sean.
Hello, I'm Sean. I run the Geek with Social Skills YouTube channel, and the name describes me. I am a geek with social skills, which I know is kind of a rare thing. I don't have a basement. Yes. My YouTube channel has been around for about 12 years, but it's only been the last 2 or 3 years that I've been really active with it. And I cover things that are 70s, 80s, 90s technology, like the computers, auto gear, game consoles, music, things like that. And I've been an Apple II user since the late 70s, like Adam as well. I started with the Apple IIs in elementary school, jumped over to the Commodore 64. So the Apple II and the Commodore 64 are my true passions. So that's the type of content you will see on my channel, but I also do some Macintosh stuff as well. So that's pretty much it.
Is my mic working now?
Enzo, your microphone is working now. Go for it.
Yay. Okay. I'm Enzo. I'm the guy that made the MARCHintosh System 6 themed install thing. And that's all I kind of did. I do have some plans for MARCHintosh 2022 to make some videos. And yeah.
Great. Plus, I loved you on oh gosh, what's the name of that show? Anyway, it's Reboot. I loved you on Reboot. That's what I meant to say. All right.
Wait.
All right, Mr. Macintosh.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan, or also known as Mr. Macintosh. I run a YouTube channel that covers newer Macs and brand new operating systems like Mac OS Monterey, but I also cover a little bit older Macs which don't support the latest operating system, and I show users how to install that on there so that we can keep those Macs out of the recycler and keep those running. But the bottom line is I also absolutely love older vintage Macs, and I come to all your channels to be able to get my daily fix. So I thank you all for that.
Well, great. Thank you, sir. All right. I have spoken enough here. I'm going to turn things over to Joe. Joe's going to take us through our next section of tonight's meeting.
Again, Joe from Joe's Computer Museum. Thank you all for coming out tonight to talk about MARCHintosh in 2022. We're going to talk a little bit about some housekeeping regarding the MARCHintosh for this year. We have a few things specifically in regards to promotion that we need to touch on. The first thing is we have a new Twitter account. I believe it's MARCHintosh on the Twitters. So if you guys want to go out and follow that, add it, post it, blah, 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 all of that, that's good. In addition, as far as hashtags for promotion, the hashtag for promotion this year is hashtag MARCHintosh 2022 with the March capitalized. Technically speaking, I don't think it matters if it is or not capitalized, but that is our hashtag for this year. The primary reason for that, obviously, is to separate last year's stuff from this year's stuff to make it easier for people to follow this year's.
Do you mind putting that?
Content.
Would you mind putting that in the chat so that we can reference it later?
This will all end up in the like the how to participate guide out there on at marchintosh.com.
Yes, so let's do that because you don't want me typing because then nobody will be able to hear.
Yeah, Logan just wants to hear that keyboard.
I know exactly. I know exactly what he's doing. He's trying to trigger the keyboard.
Yeah.
Joe, can you put that in the chat? Just type it in.
And big thanks to Steve, because last year Steve just was like, are we going to do a website for this? And it was like, yeah, that'd be really, really handy because it was just Google Docs at first. So he secured the host or the domain name and has provided all the hosting for this. So thank you, Steve, for
and Ron. And was last year the first year?
Yes, it was.
Awesome. That's really cool.
It's still being hosted on the same quadrant in my basement. So there you go.
Are you serious? Come on. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm so sorry. My God. Okay.
Okay, you guys. I have web space at Rackspace. If you guys want to ever host anything, just we just need to pay for the domain.
Well, that's convenient, Ron. I have some software I'm trying to transport to Russia. We'll talk offline.
Yes. Certainly, comrade. We will be working.
No, I'm sorry. Delete that part.
Garth Beagle is an evil genius.
Yep.
Actually, no.
All right, pick up and go, Joe.
Good. So now, final thing as far as housekeeping, website updates. We do need to put some updates on marchintosh.com. A couple little minor things, the style guide and some other things. The links that they were linking to somehow disappeared into the vapor. I don't know. Ron, I think, might have the links to those documents. He's going to get them to Steve to get them updated. And we should be able to get the artwork and all of that stuff updated on that website here pretty soon. For now, folks should check out the retro site for all the full info because the retro site has that all typed out instead of it being on a separate linkable document. And that's all for housekeeping for this year. Questions, thoughts, comments, rants, raves, input? No? Okay, next.
I did want to say something because Joe had also maybe suggested the sort of the Twitter name. It's like MARCHintosh 84 as like an alternative. Do we want to maybe consider that as the sort of the @ that we're tagging, or is it's MARCHintosh good enough?
I think it's MARCHintosh is nice.
Yeah, not everybody will understand.
And I only say that because honestly, it's probably Steve's decision because the 84 connotation implies Steve.
I think it's MARCHintosh will last. last longer as a recurring theme, maybe.
Okay. Do we just want to do a thumbs up, thumbs down vote on MARCHintosh 84 thumbs up?
I've got a question as a newbie to posting videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I make a video and I'm like, okay, I'm going to tear up this 128K Mac. Do I have to ask any of you guys like to put that hashtag on there?
No, go for it. Nope. That's an important thing about this event. Unlike some of the other things that go on in kind of the retro computing community, this isn't a gate-kept event. Like, we want everybody to participate. If you go out to marchintosh.com, you can check out the rules for videos, which are really lax. It's sort of like, here's a rough outline of what we're kind of looking to do. And rather than just keep alluding to it, I could probably just read it. What is MARCHintosh?
Ron is channeling Jay right now, reading one of his reviews for a short video, less than 10 minutes.
That's right. Just 10 more minutes. With the success of such events as December and Septandy, why shouldn't the Macintosh retro community have their own month to share their passion for classic Macintosh computers? And that's where you come in. We're asking that content creators from all communities and platforms, even folks that don't normally produce Macintosh content, work together to help spread the word about MARCHintosh, a month-long event starting on, and we'll fix the date, but March 1st, 2022. Okay. Who could participate? What media, content platforms, what all is welcome? Anyone, anywhere. Since it'll be the second year for the event, we really want to do our best to cast the net as wide as possible and attract community engagement. So wherever you showcase your content is the perfect platform for you to get the word out. If it's YouTube, you produce content there. If you produce on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook or Twitter, if you do a podcast, Twitch, whatever it is, wherever you want to put it, it's welcome. Okay. What sort of content are you looking for? Since MARCHintosh is all about Macintosh retro computing, we really want to see content focusing on maybe 68K PowerPC era classic Macintosh equipment, or in the case of somebody like Mr. McIntosh, something like the open firmware, where you're kind of, maybe that's not the proper word, but where you're getting older Macs up to maybe newer versions of the operating system as well. Stuff like that is great because you're helping. Is the conservation effort that's kind of at the root of all this hobby, keeping those old machines flying. But have you got a great idea about showcasing all the changes of macOS leading to the release of OS 9? I'd love to listen to that podcast. Have an idea about Apple's official clone program and how they upgrading these machines to use modern storage solutions? Yeah, film it. Been meaning to create a blog post about Macintosh retro gaming in classic mode or in OS X, or do a reaction video of your kids playing Marathon in your restored Mac 2 FX for the first time. That sounds exactly like the sort of thing that we're looking for. So how can you help? Easiest way to help is to share the hashtag MARCHintosh, MARCHintosh 2022 in the weeks leading up to the kickoff. And then if you're able, commit to producing at least one video, photo diary, podcast episode, whatever your specialty is, during the event's timeline, using the theme and the artwork that we kind of provide in the style guide. So that hashtag during March, super important. The earlier in the month, the better, to make sure that we get a good start. So can I collaborate with other creators? Yes, absolutely. We'll talk about that here at the end. But the whole focus of the event is to bring visibility to the Macintosh retro computing community. And what better way to do that is than to make cool things with your friends. Share your passion, and other people will pick up on that and be inspired by it too. So to summarize, here's the do's. Have fun, build friendships, promote Macintosh retro computing. Use the hashtag MARCHintosh 2022 in the weeks leading up to the event start date. Tag social media posts and event content to spread the word. Use the official event artwork. Again, thank you to Javier, whenever it's possible or appropriate. Focus on 68K PowerPC Macs. That was kind of the thing for last year too, but we're opening up. I want to see people that have got their first generation Intel Mac Mini doing crazy things that it was never meant to do. That's what we want to see. So create, repair, and upgrade videos, hardware hack blog posts, game reviews, productivity and general use software reviews. Anything about classic Mac stuff, the better. I would say classic in my mind, like at least 8 to 10 years old, right? Probably. So it says don't last year, previous, focus on Intel, M1, or iOS. That'll be amended because I think enough time has kind of passed for those early Intel
Intel's on its way out.
yeah, that now that's classic as well. So
hey, Ron, can I make 2 suggestions?
You can at the very end. I'm almost done.
Okay.
So you don't want to do direct advertising of your own products, services, or things like that during the event. I understand we've got some people here that are very much directly connected with the BlueSCSI project. I think that's probably fine. You can probably promote those things because that's something that's so crucial to the community now, is having those storage solutions. You love those water slide stickers. We get it, Javier. I saw that on Twitter today, as a matter of fact. So do your best not to create specifically like adult or kind of unsavory content. We want to try to make this as friendly for everybody as possible. And we want to try to be inclusive and try to get people in. So a PG-13 video where you're kind of shucky darn and things like that, that's all right. So don't forget to temper your use of Apple's intellectual property. Best way to stay out of trouble with their legal team. So produce your own things, use our artwork, have fun. So let's do it again.
I'm sorry. So is the Apple intellectual property thing more like no protos or something?
I think more of like their videos and content and stuff's just stripped directly from their website or anything like that.
Yeah. Like taking old like product releases and slapping a MARCHintosh logo on it is probably going to attract the wrong type of attention.
I mean, you could probably use like clips of those like under the fair use policy for like reference and stuff, but not like
not the entire thing, just rebroadcast.
Yeah, not the entire thing. Yeah.
And that's a good point, Logan. Fair use. That's definitely try to stay within that. So sorry. Joe, do you want to take this next section?
You're making me do work.
I know it's a real shame. Or actually, do the next one then. Do the next
one.
Joe's busy.
Breathe.
Joe's busy soldering BlueSCSIs together.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a Franklin 2200 on my bench. It's being stupid, but anyway. So let's do a recap a little bit of what of last year. We want to talk about specifically what worked in 2021 and what didn't work in 2021, so that we can focus a little bit better this year. That's a somewhat subjective topic to some extent. Of those of us who did participate last year, did you have any specific thing that you talked about in your media that you produced for MARCHintosh that you felt didn't resonate? So we can kind of eliminate those things and maybe how can I say not try to do those things again.
Everything I did.
Well, then just don't participate. Ron, kick him out.
I mean, I kind of had a lot of technical issues surrounding last year's, which kind of curbed my video productions. But I mean, had things gone to plan, I would have been pretty happy with it. I mean, I got a few minor videos out, but not really the major ones I was looking forward to doing for such an event.
So what like as a event overall? So I know we all have our hit and misses on our like personal content delivery things. So you might have made a blog post that didn't get the traction that you thought, or you have a podcast episode that didn't maybe go the way you wanted it to do in terms of listenership. But the event itself, MARCHintosh, what do you think worked best about the way as a community that we kind of push this thing forward?
Ron, can I offer something?
Sorry.
We can take turns. I was just gonna say I got into it the month before at Ron and Joe's invitation to solicit for other people to get involved, and obviously the first year that was probably an important direction to put your efforts, especially the people that are here. And what I want to suggest as an experiment is think about the kind of channels you're inviting and see what the kind of content they do. If you can give an idea to them how MARCHintosh fits with them. If I can use, for example, for This Does Not Compute, he likes to make evergreen content. And so at first in my conversation with him, he was like, well, I just do things that are always there. It doesn't want something that's time-stamped with a date. But then what I switched to, and I'm not saying it's effective necessarily, but I said, well, what about dropping one of your Macintosh things during that and just tag it, and maybe you don't mention it during the video. The other way, as an example, that I saw that work really well, and I didn't invite these folks, but I loved that they were there. Some people from the arts community came into MARCHintosh. We had a person performing in a play on stage drop a video that was awesome, where he was playing Steve Jobs as a character. So think broadly about the kind of content that people make, and invite them not just to say, do a nerd thing like I do a nerd thing the way you do. There was a couple of arts ones that I was blown away by. Like they were, animations done with, paper cuttings and stop frame, that I was like, this is in MARCHintosh, this is awesome. So that's really expansive with the community. So anyway, that's just my suggestion for, especially leading up to it when you're inviting people, make it their thing instead of our thing.
Absolutely.
I like that suggestion. I really do.
I mean, generally speaking, from my perspective, I feel like for year one, we did pretty good last year as far as how everything was curated and how everyone sort of, did their part in this sort of thing. And I feel like, if we can continue that and improve that this year with more traction, it's probably going to be a lot bigger. And I don't know. There's nothing really last year that stood out as, that didn't go well.
One thing I'd mention is that since I'm not a video producer and I don't produce video content, is to maybe try to solicit, articles or, something, that I did an article for MARCHintosh, but it did fine. I posted in a few Discords and, put the hashtag out there, but maybe trying to focus on, people who are writing text content or, non-video or non-audio content as well, and trying to get those people, because I think it's just, the medium I'm more comfortable with is typing an article about something I'm doing rather than talking in a video about it. So that might be just one suggestion or idea.
Yeah, that's that dips into the other thing of like things you want to see kind of in 2022, which we'll absolutely cover. And I'm typing some notes, Joe's typing some notes. What did we do? So we did some things right. We tried to cast that net wide. We tried to get as many people involved as possible in all sorts of different areas of our fandom as possible. So like people in the performing arts, we had like people that were like writers and stuff that don't work maybe in a visual medium. I guess you have to read writing, right? So, but in more like the spoken word or in the written word versus like video content and things. So it's great. I'm so impressed with like the wide variety of things that we saw. But what did we do that didn't work? Like how did we not reach out to the right?
I have one
people?
answer. You needed to mail your 3D printed MARCHintosh little sign to Adrian at Adrian Digital Basement like 18 months beforehand, before you even conceived the idea. So whose responsibility was it to build the time machine in order to which to?
Here's the thing. Adrian's video like baby production pipeline is 19,000 years long. So
I sent him a t-shirt. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Who makes the black t-shirts that says like Apple II on it? Is that Chris Torrance? Or is that you, Joe?
It's not me.
Javier? Okay, I don't know who does
I think Chris Torrance makes those. But the thing with Adrian is that you send him something. He made a joke out of it, but you send him stuff with like candy in it, and it's all melted into like.
Well, it had been sitting on top of his heater for 6 months.
Yeah. He's almost 2 years behind.
Yeah.
On
so
stuff.
Honestly, Ron. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I don't think anything really went "quote unquote" wrong last year, unless there's something we need to tweak. It's what we would say. It was the first year you're putting it out there, and everyone's doing the December and Septandy and etc. Right?
Yeah,
it's another one. It's an established thing. Honestly, at this point, I don't know if we'd even think about that, because honestly, it was perfect. I think. It was what was important in my heart, honestly, is that the name is MARCHintosh. Makes sense. It's the right month to do it again. So bring it.
And if there's one thing I could add, I feel like this year we should try more to broaden out to see if we can possibly get the attention of some of the larger creators, because a lot of them didn't really have the time or the ability to put content out towards this last year, but maybe now that it has more traction and that it proved successful, we can maybe reach out to David Murray, LGR, Adrian, even.
And we did.
Really,
we had a form
Social
letter.
Skills and I have contacts with Adrian, so we can reach out to Adrian if you want to do that. Geek with Social Skills.
Yeah. No, it would be great. And
knows
anything forward people, if you know that there's somebody that you would like to get involved, forward that information to them. I mean, there's not you don't have to wait on me and Joe or wait on Steve to give you the nod or think that that Bruce's responsibility, but Bruce, your responsibility is the entirety of Australia.
Right.
So if you could just cover Oceania for us, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll get New Zealand as well for sure. No
okay.
And his son.
Yes. Have your son send out some emails. So.
Yes, I'll make sure my son behaves.
But
just going to say quickly that I did actually send a parcel out to Adrian Black last February. I know he got it because he's wearing the shirt in his June video. I've yet to see any of the stuff that I sent. He's got a load of SE Reloaded, Classic Reloaded stuff in that parcel. So he's got stuff there he can work with.
I will say this, Kai, honestly, for your engagement with Adrian, and really your involvement, the most important thing for him is the restoration of the hardware, which is the work you've been doing. And that's the story. He's building this thing, and you got to get him ahead of time because it's going to take about 2 weeks to build it, right? I've not done it, but I think that's a great story.
I can put together the SE Reloaded in about 6 hours.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm looking forward to that live stream, sir.
Can Adrian do it?
Yeah. And when it comes to his mail calls, he's stopped putting his address out there for mail call because his backlog is insane. Mm-hmm. I mean, you only see part of his basement on his videos, but there's a whole area that, no joke, it is boxes upon boxes, but he has opened every box. He's cataloged them. He has a spreadsheet of who sent it, when it was sent, and he's really, really trying to get caught up. Just
so Sean, here's what I want to know, because I've always wondered this ever since he's started this whole mail call thing, because he's been doing this for a while. How does he store all this stuff? Does he have storage units?
Here's the thing. These are great questions for Adrian's whatever, ask me anything. But we've got to move on with our content here. If Adrian wants to participate, this is your challenge to participate this year in a meaningful way. People obviously want to see content from you, Adrian. So poop or get off the pot is what we're collectively saying. Okay?
I got a question. I'm going to make sure that he sees this video. I will make sure he sees it.
Make sure that he forwards the exact timestamp. So, all right. But we did some great things last year. There were some things we needed to pick up on. The thing is yes, we need to involve bigger channels. Get the word out. If you've got a connection to those people, put a bug in their ear. Last year, we sent out a sort of a form letter that was very much kind of here's who we are, and this is what we're trying to do, and this is our first year. Your involvement would really make a big difference. And I think we got a lot of great channels to step up and do things with their first year at MARCHintosh, like Steve and Bruce, and Dave had a video out the day, his video is the first video of MARCHintosh, and his channel is typically kind of more Amiga content, but he had some great ideas and he just threw them out there and got them done. So big props to Dr. Dave.
Also, you can't forget Kin Computer Clan participated as well. Probably the largest channel that participated last year.
And he was very kind to give us some hashtag shout outs and things like that when he wasn't debunking, flat earth theory or, did Gil Emilio really wear a toupee? All of the important things that an Apple enthusiast needs.
Hey, Ron. Yeah. Ron, if you have a minute to talk about this idea of ways to potentially improve, my favorite word is experiment. So think of, in the framework of what Ron asked and Ron and Joe are asking, think of what experiment you like to try to do. One thing I was surprised by in MARCHintosh last year. So what I did is I took February and said, I'm going to prep for March. And so that's why I was able to produce something for the first day, is it was setting up before. A lot of people won't do that. But one of the things I was surprised by at the end is what I really liked, obviously, since you gave me some accolades, is you and Joe did this review of MARCHintosh at the end. And I loved that because I found, even though I was searching hashtag MARCHintosh the whole month, I found like 5 videos that you guys loved that I missed. So one experiment you could do is encourage people, if you don't know what to do during MARCHintosh, talk about the things that other people are doing during MARCHintosh, or do those, here's my thinking about what they did. Because that's a kind of a formulaic thing. So it has no barriers. And you can say, like we did this for VCF Midwest, right? You can say at the end, here are some of the best things, go look over there. And then we're not chasing these, famous stars that have plenty of things to do already. We're saying, here's some, it's a way to encourage people to look at other things. So honestly, you guys did such a good job with MARCHintosh last year. The only thing is I didn't know what arc it would take. And I liked the roundup thing at the end. So if we tell people this year, there's going to be these roundups at the end, they can participate in them or they can do them themselves.
Bookending your event is always a good thing. And that's why I find public radio stuff so infuriating at times, because it's like you're listening to your show and everything kind of sounds okay. And then they just kind of like, no, it's done. It's ask me another now. Sorry, you were listening to Car Talk. It's done. It's now wait, don't tell me. Sorry, we ended the show. So I think it's important that you bookend those things so that way. I can't believe an NPR joke fell flat with you guys, but that's okay.
I got the joke.
I got it. Honestly, Ron, I got it.
You got to book.
I got it.
You got to book.
I know the names of all the reporters.
Yeah. Is this a joke that I would get better if I was in the US?
You probably would.
Yes, Bryce.
Yeah,
I was gonna. I got a couple jokes about Kai Rizdal, Lakshmi Singh. I'm gonna roll those out at the very end, saving the big guns. So
I can memorize them there.
But
so I got a question here.
Sure.
About producing content. All right, I'm totally new to this. I've consumed a lot of content, but I'm going to be doing a topic that's probably going to end up requiring multiple sessions because nobody wants to sit and watch a 10-hour stream of coding.
You haven't been to
surprised.
Joe says he wants to watch, so there you go.
90% of my office would watch that.
Yeah, well,
sometimes I have to fall asleep to something.
There are 5 people in the universe that want to watch it. Yeah.
So, well, hey, I mean, that's 5 quality viewers.
Doing broken up episodic stuff through the month is better than doing one big thing?
Well,
did anybody do that?
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised.
I did that. One of the things that I got it from December, some people did intro to the month videos. And I really liked those because it was like, how did I first learn DOS? And so I did, how did I first learn about the Macintosh, to give some context to what I was doing. And then because I had a lot of time last March, I laid out 3 ideas that I was going to pursue. And then I did drop each of those videos. That's really ambitious to plot that out. But what's not so ambitious is just to say, do the intro video and say, here's what I'm planning to do. And we'll forgive you if you don't.
Okay. Well, I'm already working on the code and also the script for everything to kind of outline it for what I want to present. And I'm starting to look at how expansive it is. And I'm like, I need to cut this back. It's going to be about hypercard programming. A lot of people did that as kids, that kind of thing. So I thought a little introduction one, they might not be interested in the coding part, but they might like, oh, hypercard, that's cool. I could download that and play with it. Try to break it up that way.
I would recommend that you would split it up because it would probably give you a lot more content to spread throughout the month, so you can get that many more views for the same amount of content and so on. So yeah, it would make it more watchable, obviously, too. So
a series is probably a good idea, but even if you're producing like a longer series of things, don't be afraid to do a 5-minute, like Dave was saying, kind of like a 5-minute video introducing your concept or whatever, and then split that up. And it can go past MARCHintosh. If it's a 6-month project, kick it off with this and do updates. If it takes a whole year, it's like, that's like a big epic video series that I'd love to watch. But
it won't take that long, but
okay. All right. I'm a slow typer, but
I'll get it in a month,
Okay. Cool. But long form content, it's always welcome. Don't be afraid to do shorts. Shorts are like now a big thing. I mean, we're going to practice real fast. Remember.
Okay. I'm sorry. So seriously, Ron and I saw, Ron and Steve's heads and Joe's both totally like nodded when you said that. And I know that you understand this because you guys have like established channels what does it mean for the shorts? What you understand something?
They're not long pants,
like,
but
for the love of God, make more shorts.
Make
They
more
help-
shorts.
Yeah, they help capture a different audience with a shorter attention span, and that's the entire concept.
In the vertical format?
Basically TikToks, isn't it?
Vertical
Yeah.
videos are just awful.
Here's the thing with shorts. Basically, they pop up.
A means to an end.
Yeah, it's basically a way to sort of summarize like a longer idea into just a short thing that not only capture people's attention, but you can also get more views with shorts because they are spread throughout. You know, you can watch more shorts than you can in a 15-minute video in that same time period. So, like you said, it's for people with shorter attention spans, basically.
I don't want people with
use
short
that term,
attention
shorter
spans
attention spans.
who like vertical videos. That's awful.
Well, then don't do them.
Yeah.
It's all good.
So, but I would absolutely recommend that people try to maybe kick out if YouTube is your thing, or TikTok is your thing, or Instagram or whatever, or now what's the Facebook thing now that they do? It's kind of the same
Facebook Live.
format. No, it's
Reels. It's called Reels.
Reels.
That's
Reels.
it.
Isn't
If
that
you do-
Instagram? I think
It
it's
is,
Instagram.
but
They're the
it's
same
when it's
thing.
shared through Facebook,
Facebook,
it's
yeah.
called Reels. So, but just remember kind of because I talked to Javier about this because he's had some good short content or short
I got a good short
subject content, but they don't technically qualify as shorts because if you do them for YouTube, it has to be filmed vertically. You don't have to use an iPhone SE. You can use whatever you want, but it does have to be filmed vertically, and it has to be like 59 seconds. Don't go a minute.
I cannot do TikToks, you know.
Can it be less than 59 seconds, Ron?
Yes, it can be. It could be 1 second.
So less than a minute.
Your
roughly.
video.
The idea is
but here's the thing:
quick
if you roll up to that 1 minute mark, like because they're looking at like fractions of a second. So if you go like exactly a minute, but it's actually like a minute and like 0.30 on your timeline or something, they'll bounce it. It won't count as a short.
I'm gonna do a short that says go watch my
their
video.
system, it doesn't make sense because
would this be a short?
If you're watching a video on the YouTube app, like on your iPhone, even if it's a vertical video, it doesn't look right because it's still like it window boxes it and it makes it look.
I think that ship has sailed
Just
about
as
whether or not it
dumb.
makes sense to YouTube.
Yeah,
they're
I
out
just,
there.
you know, I'm gonna call Adam based on. I'm gonna call Alphabet tomorrow, and I am not gonna hang up the phone.
That's right. That's
until
it.
landscape mode is the new acceptable.
Until
short
Big
format.
Bird answers.
The
I
only
mean, it's
reason I
more
wanna hear about that
the vertical thing is more of an ergonomic thing, so that you can just be sitting somewhere holding your phone like this, for example, and it's just easier than having to, if you're in like a hurry or you're like
people
most
are just
people when you
trained.
walk with your phone.
If you're gonna watch a
talking
video
about
of somebody
Sam.
getting beat up on the subway, it's gonna be filmed like this.
That's
how it goes.
I watch YouTube on my phone though, like all the time, and I watch.
It is what it is, guys.
It is.
And if it's vertical video, it doesn't fit their format. It
Honestly,
shows it as a
I
little.
look at it as back
You double
in
tap it, it makes it big.
2013. Some of you
Only
may
Logan
remember,
understands
you're
that.
old enough.
We
There
all
was
are old.
a social media app called Line.
Oh, sorry, and Kate.
It was all vertical.
If you use this app called Clips for iOS, it's free and it's actually made by Apple. So you don't have to worry about giving your data to a third party. It allows you to edit these short videos together with effects and text. And it's a good way to make, I use it to make some Instagram videos and stuff sometimes, but to make shorts or quick things to post on Twitter, something like that.
What Ron was trying to get to the meat of was essentially there are different platforms other than YouTube and things like that where you could post content to. So it does not hurt to look outside of the known things that are out there, and it could be anything from a video to a podcast to a blog post to a picture or an artistic piece or anything like that. So I think just keep your mind open, and there's a lot of potential out there.
The first person to post a MARCHintosh video on Google Plus gets a free BlueSCSI.
Hey Ron,
my first question would be where the
can I
time
bring
machine
up
came from.
my two questions?
Sure. What's actually? Hold on 1 second, because we're gonna. Was this pitches
10
for
minutes.
ideas? Were these pitches for ideas?
No. Well, what I was going to say is my first question has been answered, and I only had that one extra question, which is actually an idea.
Okay. Well then let's use your idea to kick off the next section, which we are calling inspirational pitches. Cool ideas to share with your friends to get people excited about MARCHintosh. Adam, it's you.
Elevator pitch time.
It's MARCHintosh, right? But the day after March is April 1st, which is Apple's founding date. So why can't we have an add-on day on April 1st for something cool? Whether it's
because it's April, not March.
I gotta say, this is a good idea.
Yes,
but I mean, it's not just a month; it's a month plus one. Because
like it doesn't have to be a joke like April 1st, but it could be something like, you know, like remember Steve Jobs when he would show up and be like, "Wait a minute, there's one more thing."
Actually, that's great. I do like this idea of
a 10 more minutes.
We should call it the 32nd of March.
Just a little add-on to March.
Like people drop one more thing videos only on that day. That'd be pretty. That'd be cool.
Just a little, the extra thing. Like you know, Bruce could show up and be like,
one more thing.
I put it in the ultrasonic cleaner and now it works. You know, that kind of thing.
So this idea isn't really more for like maybe the event itself, but I've been thinking sort of doing maybe a video collaboration possibly on my channel about how maybe if anyone else wants to join in, how they all got into sort of this hobby, maybe for people who are new. And it seems sort of like an interesting idea because, you know, some people have done it in the past. And so I figure if anybody's open to that, because I was going to do sort of a collaboration thing last year for MARCHintosh, and that idea sort of fell through because of my hard drive incident. So, I mean, I'm just putting that out there if anyone is interested, if they think it sounds like a cool idea. So that's really all I have to say.
It's a good pitch, and that was another section that we had down here about encouraging people again to do collaborations and all of that. So does anybody else have some neat ideas of something that they want to share?
I have another idea. One of the things I also was surprised by last year was the people that did these ASMR sort of little vignettes. And what if we suggested, so either do that as your short, or what about a period piece, meaning you make the video that you can't tell that it wasn't filmed back in the day on a Mac.
I love it.
Like those would be super cool shorts, right? It'd just be close-ups or something about the way the software looked. Maybe you could even put on, you know, one of those the ties we wore in the 80s or something like that.
I want to pitch something to you, Dave. My dearest Elizabeth, down here at the front lines.
That's the wrong period.
We may not live the light, but all right.
I was thinking more micro men than
clothes for work
than Oregon Trail.
The Oregon Trail, yeah.
I mean, you're talking about what I wear to work. 80s clothes, right?
Well, it'll be easy for you then.
You could do like a
just
Computer
go to my
Chronicles.
closet. Yeah.
You could do like a Computer Chronicles piece, like
I could dress up in a polyester suit.
Yeah.
I probably still have one.
Could you imagine
I've been driving around Texas all week, and I'm like, why is everybody cosplaying like it's 1880?
I guess it depends on the part of Texas, but we've
1880.
We've got some people that could have some amazing comb overs. Maybe we can get Stuart Toupee out here.
No, I mean like you're wearing the hats and the whatever. Like, why can't I cosplay as like a Star Trek guy? That's bad, but the guy could like drive around like he's.
You could do whatever you want in your video, Adam. Nobody will stop you.
I go to Renaissance festivals. They do it all the time. You see Star Trek away teams at Renaissance festivals all the time.
I think that's hilarious and awesome.
So I like this period piece suggestion. That's really funny. That's a good thing. The ASMR shorts, those are always great too. I did
people talking into their mouse like Scotty in the Star Trek movie.
Hello, computer.
Or no, the antique store with the 1984 Mac and the Roger Rabbit doll.
Yes, and also that weird peanut with huge teeth. Like it's in the shot, you got to look at it. And I didn't know what it was, but I guess it's like a Jimmy Carter thing. Because he was from Georgia and all the peanuts, I guess.
Hey, Ron, what was his brother's name?
Jimmy Carter? or Marty McFly's.
No. What was
Dave.
Jimmy Carter's? What
No,
was
it's Billy.
It's Billy Carter.
And what was
his
important
beer
about
is
him?
Terrible.
What was important about him?
Hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think I'm probably
Really
gonna have to head off now. So,
All
is there
right,
any
Logan, have a good
other
night.
is there any last things that you guys
Logan.
want to just mention before I go?
Hey,
No,
Logan,
you
what
gotta
ideas
go.
do you
Go
have
ahead
for-
and go. Good to see you,
Yeah,
Logan.
so all right,
I don't
yeah,
have
thanks
any
for
work- I don't
thanks
have any
for
working
inviting
Mac
me.
Plus power boards yet. Sorry.
So that's cool. Yeah, Billy Beer. Yeah, absolutely. So okay, so we've talked about most things. Joe, have we covered basically everything we wanted to kind of get done in this?
I think we've pretty much touched everything that we wanted to make sure that we got in place. Specifically, I'm just reviewing the notes here real quick. I think we've gotten. Yeah, I think we've hit all the major points.
Do we want to do a round of shameless self-promotion and then go ahead and wrap this up?
Yes.
All right. Joe, shamelessly self-promote something.
Again, I am Joe from Joe's Computer Museums, and I sell neat little trinkets on the internet to help keep your old Apple IIs and Macs running, as well as nifty Apple II related merchandise. So you can go to my website at jcm-1.com and get some of that cool nifty stuff. The funds from that help keep my museum running so that I can keep doing things for you guys on the internet.
Plus, it keeps Joe off the streets.
Yeah, that too.
Bruce.
Hello. The internet is cool.
Tell us more.
What is this ARPANET of which you speak?
I'm Bruce from Branchus Creations, and I'm on the internet. And that's cool.
It is cool.
He's got shrimps on the Barbie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Except that we call them prawns, but never mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Dave, you want to let everybody know the name of your channel? All that good stuff.
Dr. Dave's Diversions. I will certainly be doing something about HFS utils to get things on your SD cards and stuff. And with Frank's 3D shop, I did a Amiga to Mac floppy interface, and I'm going to be pushing some content out about how that works for connecting Mac peripherals to your Amiga. And what I want that's not self-promoting is I definitely want to encourage you to go to the small channels, the opposite of, it's really frustrating trying to talk to big channels. So I made so many friends by inviting them to MARCHintosh. Just the fact that you tell them you want them in the community and active, that's super important. So focus on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Tom.
I sell BlueSCSIs and BlueSCSI accessories, so you can go to
I'll sell BlueSCSI accessories.
You can get the lovely, DB25, the desktop, the Over Easy, and I'll send you a sticker too. So,
we have 3 kinds of ketchup and 4 kinds of catsup.
Yeah. Exactly. Ketchup, catsup. Talking the ketchup again. And then at some point I'll have a YouTube channel, hopefully.
Yeah, get on that
during the month of March,
because we had a good time doing some assembly video stuff the other night. You hung out the whole time.
7-hour live stream.
Those could have been your watch hours,
dude.
Sir.
I met you at VCF too. You were awesome.
We did, yeah. Yeah, I met you at VCF. If we ever do a 10-hour live stream, we've got a banner.
Nice.
You're prepared.
10-hour live stream.
It's confidential.
So
you can't show that. The FBI will be coming for you.
Yeah, he's got another one in the back. Family love Michael. So Eric Miller.
This could be a 10-hour stream.
It could.
Could be a 10-hour stream.
9 more hours.
Yeah. I don't sell anything other than some old retro stuff on eBay. I just, I've been collecting for years, but I had one Mac Plus for about 20 years, and that was it. So it's more of a recent thing with me. But I'm always looking for opportunities to, buy locally and support locally, and kind of thinking about extending out to the local school and see if I can't interest some kids in the old Mac stuff.
Absolutely.
Maybe games will do it. I don't know.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
Jeremy.
Again, Jeremy's Retro Bar. I think for MARCHintosh, I'm probably going to do something with one of the computers from my accidental Apple Store build. So
I
Even
love the
something
Apple
will get
Store.
restored.
Even a live tour video of the Apple Store would be a really neat thing too.
You think that would be interesting?
Here's
With
the deal. I
polyester
went to
straps.
I thought
Yeah.
my friend Alan and I went to Jeremy's house. He was very kind to have us over, as just being like, didn't know us from Adam, but he was like, you know, hey, come by and whatever. And he's got an amazing collection of stuff. So even like a cool walkthrough would be great content. And
Okay.
I'm just telling you, it's a 2-hour drive home, and that's all we talked about.
Oh.
So
nice. Yeah, I thought of doing that video, and I was like, this doesn't seem like an interesting video. So then I nixed it. But you're not the first person to tell me that I should do that. So maybe I will make a video that's just a tour of that. So
yeah. So Eric Helgeson.
Hi, Eric Helgeson. You should buy BlueSCSIs from Tom because he just pays me after you buy them from him. So
Right.
no, yeah, buy BlueSCSIs, have fun. Really excited to like talk to more of you and collaborate and see what awesome MARCHintosh entails.
Absolutely. Tim the Tech Guy.
So, Tim the Tech Guy. I am new to YouTube for the computer stuff, but I have an old YouTube where I'm a weird collector of old appliances. So we don't talk about my basement ever. There are no Macs there. They're all old appliances from the 50s through the 70s, but that's a whole nother thing. But I do have this is the Tim the Tech Guy is my YouTube channel, and I have just started that at the end of last month. I have a space that I have acquired that gives me room to actually pursue this habit. I have boxes and boxes and storage units full of, we'll call it, my mother calls them junk, but that I have everything. I have most of my original computers. So like that little Mac Plus back there. I've had that since I was in 9th grade in high school. So the goal of my channel is to basically go through my collection and do an exploration type video of talking about them, what they mean to me or what they mean to anyone else. And that's the goal. As far as I don't have a business, I don't sell anything. I do video archiving services here and there for a few production companies here around this area. And I enjoy that. And it always gives me an excuse to use a vintage piece of hardware to do something, that is viable. I can make money on it. So I'm just a very interested old Mac nut, and it's nice to meet a lot of people in the community and actually be able to do something for MARCHintosh this year, which it did not work out for me last year. So look forward to seeing everybody's videos. I'm really excited about this.
People shifted around on me, so we'll go to Kate.
So I'm Kate, Macintosh Librarian again. I have Mackie here in the background. He's in the other room right now playing some games, but I'm working on a video about how to up Basilisk 2 and how to get it online and it's kind of a follow-up to my raw SCSI video that I made and setting it up as a file server using Apple File Share. Still working on my grand adventure of Mackie going on the Oregon Trail with his friends, but in summary, my channel is a kind of kid-friendly Macintosh history and Apple history channel. So check it out if you haven't already.
Very cool. Steve.
I'm Steve of Mac84. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff. I do live streams and videos about historic Apple stuff. A video I'm working on that I hope will be released by MARCHintosh is about video scalers and how to capture a nice crisp image from a vintage computer. So I look forward to everyone's content, the big channels and the small channels. It's always really cool to see what other people are doing out there with these old machines.
Absolutely. Kai, I cut my Tom Scott hair, so I feel really bad about it. But I was hoping to get your opinion anyway. But Kai Robinson.
So, I'm Kai. I'm one of the co-founders of Tinker Different, and as mentioned, I'm also the creator of the SE and the Classic Reloaded projects. I did actually tag my build-up series and successful initial of the SE Reloaded last year. I'm so glad there were no mirrors in that because I was literally in my underwear when that was filmed. This year, I mean, I've got a couple of things in the pipeline. One of which is the BlueSCSI F4 from Androda. Going to be building those up, and also I'm going to be finishing off my bowl board of the SE30 Reloaded. I've also got another 5 of those PCBs on the way, with the bottom side already pre-populated with SMD components for a faster build of the machine. I mean, I've got. I mean, just literally. I mean, please excuse the laundry rack, but that entire pile needs to be gone through. So I have no shortage of things that are there. I mean, such as I've got magneto-optical drives. Did anybody know that you can fit a 1.3 gig, 3.5-inch magneto-optical drive in a zip bay, and everything matches up perfectly?
So hold on. So definitely Steve and Adam
Yes.
both waiting there in heaven. I know Adam's posted about this, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I actually, this is brilliant. So this is something that'd be great for the whole month, right? That's great.
I've got a G4 digital audio down there. I've also got I might have enlisted the services of Hurd. If anybody has heard from him or of him,
Bill Hurd.
I sent him 2 800 megahertz dual processor G4 cards with some 7457 G4s that are brand new, and yeah, he's got about 1.8 gigahertz out of both of those as a dual processor machine. I've got a Quicksilver board with a Quicksilver power supply. I've got a Radeon X850 XT. So basically, I'm going to try and build the most pimp Macintosh G4 possible.
Great.
Hey,
Javier.
Kay, it's great to see you, especially with your Obi-Wan Kenobi outfit. Because you are a Jedi. You are a Jedi Master, because I love my SE Reloaded boards.
Did you get the black ones or the red ones from MacEffect?
I got the red ones from McAdams, and I built one of them completely up to booting, and the other one I'm just waiting on the opportunity to find some more chips.
Adam's
cool.
Shrill deals.
If you need BBUs, harvest them from the classic.
Very cool.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Javier.
The classic is an SE that's just been like cost reduced. So the BBU just, even though it's a different part number, same pinout, same chip.
Third time's the charm. Javier.
Hey, I was just letting Kai finish his stuff. So, I'm Javier. Adventures in Retro Computing is my channel. /Habmaster is in YouTube. And I also have 8-Bit Tees, the best t-shirts that you can buy. But, I just, do it for the fun. So you guys, if you want to go and visit, it would be very nice. And I love suggestions. I love to talk to people. So if you guys want to send me suggestions and talk to me, I love it when I put any video. All right?
Absolutely. Adam.
All right. So, I don't have a YouTube channel yet.
Get on it.
Come on, Adam. What's going on?
What's up?
You're supposed to see that video about the Mac.
Here's the weird part is that I have like a warehouse of computers, like an actual warehouse. And I actually just bought another computer today, a 1977 Apple II. But I've got stuff going up through now. The modern stuff, it bores me. But everybody's always bugging me like, hey, why don't you make a YouTube channel? Why don't you make a YouTube channel? And then, Steve says, hey, I can recap your stuff. And I'm like, I'm waiting and I'm waiting. And then I'm like, maybe I'll learn how to recap it myself. So I'll send half of it to Steve and I'll recap the other half myself.
There you go.
How about that, Adam?
That would be a great thing. That'd be a great thing for this month. That's a perfect thing to kick it off with. Garth.
Wait.
Garth.
I was muted.
Garth. Garth. He's locked up. Are you there, Garth?
Reboot him.
Reboot Garth.
I am here, I guess. Oh, God.
Did you kick me off? What happened?
Garth.
We lost Garth.
All right. Garth is gone. Good to see you, Garth. Enzo.
Hi.
Hi. Anything to plug?
No, not really.
Fair enough. Mr. McIntosh.
Hey Ron, thanks for putting this on. I think it's great getting everybody together and getting a good plan for this event. Adam, you need to get that channel started. All I'm hearing is excuse. Plus, you owe me a price on your 700. I'm waiting for you, man. You want to empty out that warehouse? I'm waiting for you. But
I got a 700 for you if you ever want it. I don't know what happened.
I actually bought one from Canada, and then the guy says, "Oh, you're in the U.S. I can't send it to you." I'm like, "You got to be kidding me! I won the auction. It said you could buy it from the U.S." But anyway, no, thanks again for putting this on. I think it's going to be a great month. The whole point is to be able to get this hashtag far and wide. So just like Ron was saying, make sure throughout the channel, the social media, everything, try to plug it, because all it takes is just seeing one or two more people to join in, and it can really get this thing moving. So I'm inspired by this, and I can't wait to see some of the content that everyone's going to be able to put together here.
Amazing. Yeah.
Invite your friends, invite your family, invite everybody.
Yes,
Have them come
everybody.
make anything on any format they want. Hashtag it MARCHintosh 2022 and make the magic happen.
Can I ask one more question?
Yeah, you can in the after session. We need to wrap this up, though. So, Joe, take us home.
Yes, thank you all for coming by tonight and for helping us collaborate on this year's MARCHintosh 2022. I hope you all had a lot of fun tonight, and I hope that we will all come together this upcoming March to make a lot of fun making super awesome Macintosh content.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Have a wonderful evening. Everybody's still in the chat. If you want to hang around afterwards, we're going to do kind of a debrief. But everybody that joined us on YouTube, thank you so much. And we hope that you consider taking part in Macintosh 2022. Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.